Ranking Wednesday Season 2 characters from worst to best. In dead last place has to be Bruno. There will be full spoilers for Season 2 ahead, by the way. Like, I genuinely do not understand why this character exists in the show. His only 2 plot points the entire season is that, first of all, Enid cheats on her old boyfriend with Bruno. And then the big twist reveal at the end of the season is that he's actually cheating on Enid with another girl, which, first of all, is the greed they talk about in the Bible, cheating on Enid. I genuinely don't understand why this guy existed in the show. Pointless. Number 16 is Eugene. I don't care that they try to give him some redemption at the end. He has like his one heroic member and he's like, okay, Pugsley, I'll be your friend, I guess. In my opinion, that doesn't make up for how he was acting in the first 4 episodes, and he really has nothing to do for like 99% of the season. Number 15 is Francois. I'm sure I butchered the name, but this is Tyler's mother. Honestly, this entire storyline was kind of just boring to me and I really did not care for her character whatsoever. And similarly, at number 14 is Tyler. I don't think this guy's a bad actor or anything like that. Again, I was just not interested in this entire storyline with him and his mother this entire season. It just felt like it was taking away from the stuff I was actually interested in. Everything with the hides, I feel like it's getting really repetitive. Again, hopefully they have better stuff for him to do in season 3, but I really did not care for him in this season. And number 13 is Pugsley. He was annoying early on in the season with everything with Slurp the zombie and everything, but I do feel like as the season progressed, he did get a little bit better. The actor came out and said that he actually was originally supposed to use his powers to revive a character. I'm assuming it was his mother, Morticia, in the final episode of the season, but they cut it due to budget restraints. Apparently they couldn't afford the special effects, which is honestly just crazy work. Number 12 is Ajax. Again, not a bad character this season, but someone that just got sidelined for a lot of it because, again, there were so many different plot lines going on this season. Everything with him and Bianca and her mom honestly wasn't that great. He does have that one clutch up moment at the end when he does use his powers on Dort. That's kind of why he's higher than these other characters. And speaking of Bianca, I'm putting her at number 11. Of course, just with the nature of her siren powers, being able to pretty much control anyone, that did actually make for some pretty interesting moments. Dort manipulating her later in the season, kind of like, yeah, you're going to use your powers to help me or else I'm ruining your entire life. I also really like the scene where she uses her powers on Wednesday to make Wednesday forget everything she just heard, but Wednesday actually had Agnes sitting there invisible listening in on everything. I thought that was a really smart moment. And number 10 is Grandma Frump. Not a major role in this season, but I did think it was a very cool character and it definitely seems like she's going to be scheming in season 3. Number 9, I have Weems. I think the way they brought her back from the dead as Ghost Weems and her interacting with Wednesday was actually a pretty cool thing. Plus, I am just a fan of Gwendolyn Christie, the actress that plays her, so it's always nice to see her back in the show. Normally, when you bring back a character from the dead in any form, even if they are like a ghost or spirit guy like they did with her, normally it feels lazy, but I honestly think it was pretty creative how they handled it here. Number 8, I have Slurp the zombie, who we later find out is the character Isaac Knight. I actually thought that was a pretty cool reveal. I probably should have seen it coming, but learning all about his extended history with the whole Addams family, all that I actually think was the best part of the whole like Tyler storyline this season. The one thing I didn't really care for was them having to explain where the thing came from. Like, I was fine with it just being some random disembodied hand. I did not need it to come from this guy, but it's not like ruining the show for me or anything. I just thought it was kind of stupid. 7, I'm going with Wednesday's mother, Morticia. In the first like 4 episodes, I wasn't really a fan of how much of the other Addams family members they were actually including in this season. I was like, why are we not just focusing on Wednesday? And I still stick to that opinion, but I do think Morticia in the later half of the season did get some really good moments with Wednesday, Enid even, which was nice to see. So everything and all the reveals in that final history, the more backstory we learn about her and Gomez when they were younger, all of that stuff actually really worked for me. Number 6 is Uncle Fester. They used him pretty sparingly this season, especially in the later 4 episodes. I kind of wish we got a little bit more of him, but again, it is kind of smart because this character can be a lot to handle on screen and get old pretty quick. When he was on screen this season, like I said, they used him sparingly, and I do think he had some really funny one-liners, like his joke about child labor and stuff like that I actually loved. It's going to be interesting to see where they go in season 3 with him and Wednesday kind of going off to find Enid, and he is getting his own spin-off, which again, I'm not sure how I feel about that, but in this season, I was a fan of his character. And number 5 is Gomez. Again, I really appreciated everything we learned about him, what he sacrificed, and why he kind of fits in with all these other outcasts, even though now he doesn't have powers. I also did really enjoy the moments we got to see between him and Pugsley in the later episodes, and also this dude's just absolutely hilarious. He always has a banger one-liner that makes me laugh. Drop a like on the video and let me know in the comments below your favorite and least favorite character of this season in the comments below. My number 4 is Principal Dort, played by Steve Buscemi. I absolutely love Steve Buscemi, and he honestly was a perfect fit into this entire entire world here. He just fits into the entire campus and school so perfectly. And well, again, the reveal with him kind of being evil and in control of a cult and having very evil intentions for the School of Nevermore, it was actually kind of obvious after like the first couple episodes. I still did enjoy that twist. Seeing him kind of manipulate Bianca's powers to like control the Addams family and their fortune, I thought was, again, very cool stuff here, and I really like this character. Kind of a shame he got presumably killed off and we don't get to see any more of him. Number 3 is Enid. Now, honestly, she was sidelined a bit more than I would like for some of this season, with just kind of doing nothing, and Wednesday being worried about her dying. I still think she was a pretty great character this season. Everything with her becoming like this alpha werewolf, the big sacrifice she makes at the end was great. Obviously, the body swap episode where Enid and Wednesday switch bodies, probably the best episode of the entire series. Yes, Emma Myers, if you're wondering, my DMs are still open. Number 2, I'm actually going with the newcomer Agnes. I am super surprised by this ranking because after the first 4 episodes, I was like, what on earth is the point of this character? She's just annoying and just breaking up these scenes. I don't care about her whatsoever. Again, those last 4 episodes of Wednesday season 2 really saved the season for me, because where they took her character with her kind of breaking free of being obsessed with Wednesday, wanting to pretty much be just like her, becoming her own person, I actually really like the direction they took her character. The whole dance sequence with her and Enid was great, and I love how they actually have her like consistently using her invisibility powers for great moments and like really smart maneuvers. It's like, yeah, having invisibility of course would be incredibly overpowered. I love how the show doesn't shy away from that whatsoever. And number 1, I still have to go with Wednesday Addams herself. She is the highlight of this entire series because Jenna Ortega is so perfect as this character. The show is always most interesting, focusing in on Wednesday's core mystery, her visions, and everything with her. If you want to see my breakdown on what I think is the best episode of the entire series, click the video above my head right now, and thank you so much for watching.